Now, if you're here, you're interested in really feeling more freedom and flow in your life. And so I'm going to take you through the freedom cycle today. And then later, we're going to take you through the flow cycle. You kind of got to get through the freedom cycle to set yourself free, right? And get out of those limitations. I mean, along the way, you continue to create, but get out of a lot of the limitations. We can just take a big bucket of limitations that you've put upon yourself, that you've controlled upon yourself, and we can just get it out of the way. And then we'll talk about the flow cycle later in the video sequence. So today what I'd like to go through is really the 6 stages to getting to that first level of creator freedom. You really being you freedom, that real raw you as we talk about in the brand, and what it really takes for you to create from that freedom. About today, what I really want to talk with you about are these stages that really get us to showing up as the real raw you. Now this is the awareness, and oftentimes once you're in the awareness you can make a different choice. But we will do some processing later in some of the other videos. For those of you that know me, I don't really like to sit around here just showing you things. I want to create some change. So we're definitely going to do that as well. So let's talk about, where does this start? Well, have you ever had one of those moments where you had an idea and it was a great idea of innovation? It was gifted down like a sprinkle from the universe, and you looked at it and it was too big, too great, and you said, no, I can't do this. This is not gonna work. And you just doubted yourself. Well, that's where this all starts, right? Is when we just have those moments sometimes where we go in and we don't think that we can do it. Well, you know that philosophy, if you don't think you can, you can't. If you think you can, you can. Well, in my work, what we do is we get you into certainty on those spaces that you're not certain about at all. So cycle 1 is hunting down the doubt in your life. Where are you doubting your skills? And is it false? Or do you really know that you can't do it? Is it really true, is what I'm asking you. Like, does that knower inside of you know that you can't do it? Or is it just the opposite, which is usually the case? And if we can get out these layers of facades, so to speak, so that you can move from that knower space, well then it's all shine. You don't even have to go from that space of, I'm on, to, it was so draining being on. Have you ever had one of those moments? I really started to look at that in my life. It's like I'd go to a party or go do something and I would just feel like I had to be on, smiling, happy, this, that, and the other, yeah, this is really me. And then that night I would crash, and maybe just for a few days, like my energy would just be zapped and drained. And I started to look at this energy of being on, and it's much different than just flipping your switches and turning you on and keeping you on all the time. And it's an evolution to get there. So the first stage is doubt, like just doubting, like what's the point? And what's the point? Okay. All right, so then the second stage is fear. Like, okay, maybe you don't think you can, but maybe you know that you can do a few pieces. Like maybe it's a big project, but you doubt your ability to actually do the marketing. You know you can facilitate, you know you can be the message, but you doubt the marketing. So then is it doubt, or does it move to, are you scared of the marketing? And are you really scared of the marketing, or are you afraid of something really big and really explosive might happen? When you're really with some of these frequencies that are coming in and out of your body, so to speak, you're sensating on them, you actually know that that energy of, I'm scared, oh my God, is actually, hey, you know what? Okay, I get it. I think I'm scared, but I'm really bubbling inside. And this bubbling intensity makes me want to avoid it and fight it. And so you go to addictions, or you go to hide, or you find distractions to do something else. You go off to yoga, or you find an excuse to play with your daughter, which wouldn't be a bad thing, but maybe it's a reason and to distract and hide yourself from what's kind of the, oh my God, it's uncomfortable. So the next level is to get you into freedom. These stages of freedom is the energy of trying. So maybe instead of distracting yourself, avoiding it, hiding in fear and doubt, maybe now you're willing to try it. Like, you are willing to put up the website. You are willing to do the videos. You're willing to do them. But when you do them, you're not showing up fully. You're like, I'm done my hair. I've done my makeup. I'm showing up well. Okay. Well, what else is possible? Right? What if when you did these things, you'd show up full out? You'd come from the certainty that you knew within. You would come and bring it. And you do your best. So then the next one is pretending. Putting on those facades. Putting on those facades that I'm happy. Putting on the facade that you're authentic. Putting on the facade that is something that you think that you are, and maybe you actually are, but you also think that you've got to prove it to somebody, that you've got to show them that you're that. And that's when you get into trouble. What if you never had to prove yourself again? And what if you never had to get validation from anyone again? What if you never, ever required that? We have these control mechanisms within us that require us to be validated. But you know that you're great. Why would you go out and require validation? So it's the facade, the level where you're trying to prove that you're amazing. But in order to prove that you're amazing, you have to judge yourself as maybe not being that. So all that is, where you see that you're doing that, would you be willing to give that up now? Thank you. After pretending, there's forcing it into existence. And I like to talk about what I call the passion burnout cycle. Like, you actually are incredibly passionate about something, and you're passionate about your message. However, instead of like showing up and just being it and creating it, you go into these moments of like over fueling it and dumping adrenaline into it. And then before it's time to get out into the world, you're burnt out, you're tired. It's the same with like being on. And then what if there was a different way? What if there was a way that you could flow and be and create in each moment? What if that was the possibility? And I'm saying it is. You can be that. We're just 101 choices away from choosing it. No, I'm just kidding. So, in these cycles of freedom, we've gone through doubt, fear, trying, pretending, having to or forcing it into existence. And then the last phase is being it, just simply being and creating a focused plan. And when when you try to find distractions and do those things to you, you choose differently because you're aware of these cycles of freedom. You're aware of the places that you like to hide. And that's what my work is all about, is getting you to be your full expression of you. Roar was named from a 2-year-old girl that just did a little roar. And it was so cute and so adorable. And she was just being her and being her natural state. And roar. And I knew that that was what I am today. I am me. And I am, this natural, hi, okay, did that irritate you? Oh, well, why don't you judge me and won't even care. And I can just live and grow and grow my business from this space of real vulnerability. And it doesn't happen overnight, and it's maybe not one choice away. I would love to say that for me it was just one choice away, but it wasn't. And I'm inviting you to a journey with me throughout these video series so that you can really look at what's true for you. You can really look and gain clarity on who you are. And you can really look and gain clarity on what's possible. So I look forward to talking to you soon. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.